Welcome to another episode of Raising to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We are taking a look, or we haven't done a video on our Cen Reaper in quite some time. Now this is a 7th scale monster truck from Cen. Cen has been around for quite some time. Trying a little bit something different here today. We are filming on our iPad because our iPhone just kept crashing trying to get YouTube Live going on that. So not sure what's going on with iOS and YouTube and all that sort of stuff, but here we are. Pardon the wobble. I've got the iPad Pro sitting on a music stand, believe it or not. So clearly not made for this, but we can't use our regular tripod with our iPad. So pardon the wobble if you see that. So we got our Reaper on the bench. During one of our previous sessions bashing, we took out one of these rear upper control arms. So not a big deal there. You can see that it sheared off there. Or can you see? Let me point it to the camera here, bring it up, but that just sheared off. And not a big deal, just, unscrew the old one. We got a pack. If you're curious, that's part number GS074 from Cen. We haven't really had too many things break on this. You'll also notice that we've got it hooked up to the programmer. Actually, we updated. We upgraded. For those that aren't familiar with this project, you can find our playlist on this truck. We'll throw that in the comments once we get a chance here, because we can't do that prior to going live with this. But we updated the firmware. I can go ahead and unplug this now. We updated the firmware not only on our Hobbywing program box here, but also, so you hook this up to your computer, you download something, a firmware update from the Hobbywing website, then you can update this, and then you can also update the firmware on your speed controls. Now we upgraded this from the stock ESC to the Max 6, so that is 8S capable. That is one of the things we have kind of in the works here. Once we figure out a reliable battery mounting system, that's probably the biggest gripe we've got about this truck is this. Now, we put in this piece of foam here because we ruined one of our our 3S packs, and we only have 2 of those. So, basically during one of the impacts, something happened to the balance leads on the battery when this truck crashed. Basically it sheared off the balance leads. So, pretty much rendering that pack useless, unless we dissect that pack, which we've done in the past, but not super inclined to do. You have to cut open the 2 halves of the case, the battery case there, just to get in and solder something. That pack, we've got, a good number of runs on it. We'll probably just retire it, recycle it. But anyways, didn't want that to happen again in the future. This, you can, if I take out this piece of foam, you can see that the battery tray just isn't very deep. One of the alternatives is side mounts. Basically, to either fabricating your own, or I've seen them on eBay where basically it's a mount here, an enclosure on the side. So you got 2 saddles essentially on the 2 sides of the twin vertical plate that bolts up, and then the battery packs go into there. So we might fabricate our own. We might we add a sheet metal or something, or we might just go ahead and purchase some. But we'll see there. You'll notice some large Fender Washers. This was just to keep the body from collapsing here. We got a piece of foam here. Same thing in the rear. Just these large body washers, or else the body pins here just will poke through the Lexan body quite easily. You can actually see the outline of the impacts there. I don't know if you can on the camera there, but definitely those washers have and the foam have done their thing, but you know the body is still pretty torn up here. You know, we've kind of taped it here. You can see it wore away on the edges, and then cracked here on the post. There's a stress fractures over there. You know, we could Gorilla Glue this. We were actually that reminds us there's actually saying actually a lot. You know, if you're familiar, or if you aren't, there's on eBay there's a vendor that sells indestructible bodies. You know, essentially, you could think of it as like, you know, kind of a spray-on bed liner for trucks, for full-size trucks that they, you know, you make into the mold or spray into the molds. But apparently they're pretty indestructible, and a lot of people have had great success with them over these Lexan bodies. We had considered the Proline body for the X-Maxx, the Bash Armor they call it, but they discontinued that. So, you know, that requires some custom fab anyways. You know, actually, what would be most ideal would be, you know, either an indestructible body like that, that vendor on eBay sells. They actually have one. They made one, a Cybertruck body for the X-Maxx. So we had contacted them about getting one of those. I need to follow up on that, but also like our Red Cat Kaiju, you can see all of our videos for that truck. You know, online on the playlist. We'll include a link to that one too. But what we've had great success on our Kaiju with is actually like an ABS plastic cage, or nylon cage, probably better. It's a plastic cage. We'll leave it at that. But we grabbed one off of the Camo X4 from Red Cat, and that, you know, just put on some Velcro straps. Anyways, I don't think there's anything that large, a plastic roll cage this big for this scale of vehicle, but that has actually worked tremendously well for us on the Red Cat Kaiju, but this is a much larger truck. What else? Just things that have broken. The servo went out too. Yeah, the servo on this, the stock servo is not a great one. We've got an upgraded Savox. The stock one is quote unquote a Savox, but we've got an SE 1256 TG in here, and it's fit the bill. The bumpers, so a lot of damage on the skid plates, but these are metal, so we're good. What else? Oh, the front and rear bumper supports here, those are cracked here. Same thing in the front. You know, this is a large truck to try to handle here. You can see that brace broken here and here as well. I'm trying to get that on the camera. Right, so actually that one isn't broken, but definitely yeah, they've been banged up because this is a hefty truck. However, let me get that dog bone in so this wheel can go back in, but come on. Maybe I won't. There we go. Put some foam here to kind of take some of the impact off. Maybe some of it fell out, but this truck has taken some pretty big jumps. What else is worth mentioning? Yeah, we haven't done too much on this, in terms of craziness. We've got some parts lined up. The upgraded Nemesis diffs. So the Nemesis was a nitro truck from Cen that was an A scale. So they essentially took their A scale trucks and stretched it out for the 7th scale. But the diffs in that truck were actually stronger. So you've got some people running 8S in these Reapers. You probably want to have those parts on hand to upgrade the diffs to those Nemesis diffs. So we do have those. It's just a matter of getting the side mounted battery pods so that we can fit 2 4S packs You know, probably newer ones, newer, I don't know, newer 4S packs, they've got skinnier ones or whatnot that can fit in here. But, you know, these ridges that hold the batteries in fore and aft, right, forward and backwards, just aren't large enough. You know, maybe 2 more Velcro straps or something just to keep those batteries in place here would be a better solution. So we've got to figure something out in that regard. Maybe we'll go on the forums and check out what other people are doing. But this is our Cen Reaper. You know, the shocks have held up well. You know, earlier versions had issues with leaky shocks. Ours does not. Fortunately, they fixed that. They addressed that. Just trying to think. Oh, we do have a wheelie bar. You know, there was a wheelie bar, or there is a wheelie bar for this truck. So we do have that. It still relies on these same bumper support. So, ooh, and there we go with the wobble. Pardon that. But you can see these two. They are just tweaked this way. So, anyways, let us know what you guys think of our Cen Reaper and this video. If you could smash that like button, we'd really appreciate that. Subscribing would help us even more. And thanks again for watching. We will catch you next time.